Isn't it crazy to think that we live in a world where people are killing each other? Isn't it crazy to think that we can justify the slaughter of our brothers and sisters, and children for that matter? Isn't it crazy? This land has been granted to humans for many, many years. And for those many, many years, the one thing that we've always had in common, other than being alive, breathing, and walking on the same land, is that we were given free will. So we're looking at the events that are taking place today and we think that they're crazy. And we wonder why. Why? Because they've been happening again and again and again for so long without us changing the course. How can we be surprised at the outcome? We've strayed from forgiveness and we've strayed from love, justifying all sorts of violence. And look at the world today. Genocide after genocide after genocide, and yet we're still picking sides. Isn't it crazy? Nowadays we think that guns kill people, or that governments kill people, or that extremists kill people, but that's not true. People kill people. People kill people because people have free will and people use it to cause harm. Isn't it crazy? Nobody said it would be easy to flip the tide. It's an uphill battle. But you see, we started with a clean slate when we were granted dominion on earth. And we went deep under. We've collectively gotten ourselves to where we are today, little by little over centuries. So yes, in today's society, love can be a difficult choice to make. Still, we have to take responsibility, and starting with self-love, forgive ourselves. Because we've been subject to tricks, traps, and deceptions, and influenced towards poor behaviors. Some of us never even had the luxury to think otherwise. Fair points. But the fact remains that the responsibility is a collective one. A collective one by way of many individual decisions. And we're starting to learn that. Our collective wound is showing us that. And of course, we'll keep making mistakes along the way. But as we realize we're all one and act accordingly, things will shift. Any moment could be the tipping point. If people refuse to build bombs, if people refuse to support companies that exploit laborers, if soldiers, as individuals, refuse to kill another human, and the list goes on. But of course we're scared. Our country's being attacked, or we don't want to lose our jobs because we have mouths to feed, or we can even argue that it's pointless, that some people are still going to choose hatred regardless of how nice we are. And it may be so, at least for some time, until the collective shifts. And how fast will things change should we make those decisions? And the buffer period would be far less worse than people being bombed relentlessly while the rest of the world is debating whether that should stop. Isn't it crazy? Meanwhile, we get angry at who we think are the bad guys, all along forgetting that the powerful people that can change the world is ourselves, not the governments or the corporations. These entities are alive simply because we give them lives. And they've gone crazy because we have consented to their corruption and lies and violence. We've carried on and watched our TV shows while they were stealing from our pockets and killing our brothers and sisters. But they weren't doing it. We were. By either allowing it or participating in it. Isn't it crazy? What did Son Goku have to do to defeat the strongest, most evil monster causing destruction across the planet? Even himself, the best fighter in the world, could not defeat that monster. But he had this friend called Mr. Satan. In today's world, we'll call him an influencer. strong on the outside, but when push comes to shove, his true colors are revealed. Ultimately, this world's biggest influencer used his biggest power, which, just like the devil, wasn't the power he was presenting. It was the power of getting people's attention. So he used that power to reach out to all beings. He asked everybody to raise their hands to the sky and share a little bit of their energy so that Sangoku could create a big ball of energy. And he did. That ball was so big that it wiped the devil away. Sangoku had the strength of maybe 1 million people, never mind all the strong fighters by his side. But even that wasn't enough. The only thing that could defeat evil was for all the people on earth to play the same thing. And it's only because they've been grinded to the bone for so long, and that they were so tired of the destruction, that all of their differences became insignificant. They all agreed that they all wanted the same thing at the core. They all wanted peace, love, freedom, prosperity. They didn't even have to be perfect. They just had to move as one. You see, evil isn't really evil. Evil is just a trick. It's an offering, a choice, and we make it come alive through our actions. We do, because we have the power of free will. We can decide to go left or to go right. Without this choice being presented to us, what would life be like? It's part of this journey's challenge to thread polarities and to make the choices that would help everything within and around ourselves. And sure enough, we notice that when we choose to help outside, inside feels better, and vice versa. As within, so without. More and more darkness is being revealed now. More and more darkness is being revealed because we ain't shining our light in its full potential. More and more darkness is being revealed for the purpose of awakening us, to see that light that was always here, to feel the truth and the love that we so forgotten. And now, it seems, the ongoing slaughter is helping us realize what's going on. And if not, what will be next? That might be crazy. Whatever it takes, it will take us there, to that place where we have no choice but to all unite. And every time we delay going to that place here and now, well, here and now is becoming darker. But unavoidably, that time will come when all beings together will realize that we're one. That love and peace must lead the way from our hearts for us to create this heaven on earth for ourselves and the children of tomorrow. Surely that time will come when all beings will be liberated, when all beings will live as one, because all beings together will decide so. Isn't that lovely?